Here in Zavala County, we've always worked hard, dreamed big, and built our own future. Generations planted roots here, turned fields into opportunity, and gave Texas its strength. Now the gateway to the world is opening. The Puerto Verde Global Trade Bridge. A world-class highway right here in Zavala County, linking Texas to Mexico and beyond. Jobs, investment, growth, a stronger local economy for our families, and a future worth staying for. The Crystal City Coalition is paving the way, and the future runs straight through Zavala County. Puerto Verde Global Trade Bridge. Build for us, for the future.
Welcome to Crystal City, Texas, where tradition meets energy and every street echoes with pride. Known as the spinach capital of the world and home to the mighty javelinas, this town rallies behind its team with heart and unity. From the roar of the crowd to the rhythm of the season, Crystal City brings the heat. Go Javelinas!
The Zavala County Sheriff's Office is here to protect and serve, and we support the mighty Javelinas. Go Javelinas!
This season, our talented students are ready to showcase what true grit looks like. They play with unmatched heart, fierce determination, and an inspiring pride. Remember, students, you are more than just a team. You are a family. We are deeply honored to support a community that stands united, both on and off the field. The Zavala County Sheriff's Office is proud to serve our incredible community and cheer on our Javelinas. Let's make this season unforgettable.
Welcome to the Other Guy Sports Show. I like to call this Basketball Edition. This is our podcast number 2 for the season. We're trying different new things, and I know we'll see. I heard a lukewarm response for our first podcast, but that's not going to slow us down.
Right.
We're going to do week 2, and let's do it again.
We're going to bring it to your face again. Aquí estamos. We have Alex Martinez on the line. Let us know where you're at.
Hello.
What's going
I'm
on?
right now passing Wichita, Kansas. Oh, I'm headed to Laredo. I'm going home. You know, I got to deliver Christmas Eve. Got to go and go home.
Oh, awesome, Alex.
Man on the road. And
I got Santa Claus in the back, so.
Nice.
And so these are some topics we'll be discussing today's podcast. We're talking about the big game this past Friday, the girls against Jordanton, at Jordanton. We're talking about Kazakhstan Confidential and an award that Mano won. Should be interesting. Also a recap of the boys tournament and some other things. So be sure to stay with us, and those are topics we'll be talking on this podcast. Okay, let's start it.
Yes.
This past Friday, Bobby.
That's last Friday. Our Lady Javelinas did not take the victory. We were down, what was it, 60 to or 70 to 60?
No, 70-60.
right?
Yeah, 70-60. And to me, it was a closer game that the final score indicated.
Yeah, it was a game of runs. I think Jordanton, that Alvarado girl, is awesome. She's well coached over there. I love what they do. I feel that Chrissy's heart and determination really got us into that game and kept us in a game where we were, for the most part, in control the first half, and then Jordanton, the third period, came in and Alvarado just scored three after three, and I think took a lead.
Yeah. I was watching the game myself, and I was in Childress. I was heading to Nebraska, and I got to see the first half, and it was back to back, back to back, back to back.
Right?
And yes, that Alvarado girl, she's one amazing girl. Came back in the second half, and like I don't know, they don't go shoes or something because she was tearing it up that floor.
Yes.
She was back to back to back. She got like 9 points or something like that right away, right after
Yeah.
on the first open.
Yeah, I think she had 11 points within the first minute there,
She had like a couple back-to-back threes,
and then a
two or three
two-pointer,
maybe.
and then another three.
And then one thing that I think from start to finish, I think the majority of the time, Quid City had the lead for the
Right.
most part. I would say maybe 80% of the game
Yeah,
we had the lead. But
Yeah.
I think that the final thing is when Jordan came out of the halftime, seemed that they were locked and loaded. Now I don't know, and we talked about it during the game that it could be because maybe they were a heavy senior team, right, Bobby? Jordan, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, I mean, their maturity is a little bit up there. I just feel that we're a young team, but I love the exposure. I feel that I'm sure that the coach is gonna be addressing that
Right.
because Jordanton, by all means, is a heck of a team, just like our Lady Javelinas. I think we match up great. I think Hondo is another great team in our district. Chris, this 3A district Division One units are a phenomenal team on boys and girls. But the girls, I just feel that our passes weren't as crisp. I think those little lazy passes where Jordanton being more aggressive was able to put those defense into points, easy points.
Yeah, I know early on, Jordan had success on the fast break and the transition defense on Javelinas. We had issues. They kind of tightened it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
Coach Flores called timeout and brought it to the attention. They were trying to lock down Alvarado, but Alvarado is you can't contain that
Right.
the lady.
Yeah, and I don't know. Wow, I'm also gonna something that I was surprised. You know, what I mean, the fans on the Javelin side.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
It was really disappointing. It was maybe what 5 people, maybe.
Yes, estaba triste. Estaba triste.
It was a little sad though. I don't know, Alex. I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but wow, no, maybe not though, because you.
I didn't put
Yeah,
cameras.
the last part, yeah, they they kind of like let go, not really let go, pero como que se gustaron because the girls they were down like 12 points or 14 points and they came
I
back.
think
They
so.
came
They
back
were
and
hitting
right.
the threes.
yeah,
Yeah, and they were down. There was a tie game, and then nomás de repente they just stretched it out. I mean, Alvarado started hitting and fast breaks, and then stealing balls off the fast break. That's how they extended the lead.
And also, I think Cristal went cold too. The last 6-7 minutes, maybe they weren't cold from shooting outside. So man, all that
Yeah.
contributed to being down with so many points. Maybe they took too much out of them to
but
tie the game. I think.
But I was impressed with that little comeback
Well, it's
because
true.
a
It's
lot
true.
of teams could have
Yeah,
folded.
for sure.
Could have folded right there and there in that third period. But that's where I talk about the tenacity of this Lady Javelinas. They were able to come back. Mata leading the way and Mackenzie, the Luna girls. That's a great team right there. Tapia, I think a lot of the girls, I think you're right, Robert, they went cold at the end. But at the end of the day, I feel, there's nothing, to me, I still feel proud of this team. I think we're going to go far. I think Jordanton girls, they need to play a little bit better as well. They need to clean up some stuff on their end. But I just want our team to say, hey, this was a great team. We need to match that energy and understand that we cannot play lazy passes against anybody. We need to put it out there because
Right.
great teams will respond. Because you can tell when we play teams that are not as good
Right.
that we make those easy points on their, bad passes or people not ready for the pass, and we're able to anticipate and make those, interceptions or steals and transition basketball.
So you're thinking this is kind of like a process, maybe growing pains of a
That was, I think it is. I think Coach, Tapia and Flores are gonna look at this and say, let's regroup. And I always say this in any objectional way for the coaches is, it's easier to explain when they experience it. So, because a lot of times in practice you say, hey, you can't be lazy because they'll be able to pass it. They're like, no, hombre, no la agarran. But now they go through it. Now it's easier to say, your coach, you're right.
yeah.
I need to have eye on the ball and hands on my player defensively. I need to anticipate help. Because I always tell, and I always say this: you're either on the ball, you're helping, and the last thing you want to do is look lost out there. So
Right, right. And also, I give credit to, by all means, I think Jordan, they were a taller team. But anyways, we made some noise there, crashing the boards a little bit. I think, I don't have a tally, but I think Jordan, at the end of the day, they out rebounded us. But I think it was, for most part, it was real competitive on the glass. We got a lot of steals, but you're right, we were careless on the passes, some lazy passes. And free throws, Jordan did a better job on the free throws than Crystal did. So I think that was an edge on Jordan. So that's an area of improvement for the Javelinas. Especially if you want to make a deep run at it. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, and I was about to say about the free throws. Those, it's like you say, they're free points, but you got to make them. You got to execute them. You just got to practice and practice on the free throws. A lot of free throws were missed, and that could have been a closer game. But it is what it is.
Yeah, and also, and I don't know, I was surprised that, going back to the fan situation on the Javelinas, we talked about the Javelin fans show up, and honestly, they did not. They did not show up. And considering that it was such a big game, it's an early test for the Javelinas, and also whoever wins this game has a kind of elite on district win rate on
yes,
district.
and Jordanton faced Hondo first. So
Uh-huh.
Jordanton, I mean, this is the best three teams in our district is Hondo, Jordanton, and Chris City.
Right.
So Jordanton got to, I think they beat Hondo by 13 and they beat Chris City by 10.
Yeah, exactly.
So they have a commanding lead on that district championship there.
Yeah.
So Chris City needs to be ready to face Hondo as well, and then Jordanton again at home. And so right now I'm pleading with our fans, please show up to the gym, be loud, be proud, for our Lady Javelinas there, because they're great to watch.
Yeah,
At the end of the day,
it's been fun.
a lot of excitement. We love those girls. Hustle. Mata and Tapia down low, man, getting those rebounds is and they're awesome to
No,
watch.
and
Man.
you're right. Quick hands. Also, they have a knack to get the ball and steals and overall, I think from start to end, it kind of felt like a playoff game in a sense. Even though we were short at the end, but still, it was a great environment, and I feel that I think either fans would have showed up. I think that's going to bring energy, especially because we have such a young team, and I think the young team were kind of a help on that front. I would say, I know the seniors, you tend to, they've been there and they've been battle tested, but the young players, maybe they're not used to this, no?
Right. I mean, and by all means, I feel that we need the fans there, so hopefully they'll show up. But I'm convinced. I think you brought it up, Robert, that somebody mentioned that maybe the Christmas parties and all that took away a lot of
Right.
the commitments
That's what
to show up.
That's what I heard. Que there was a Zavala County made a big old
It might have been a good excuse.
good excuse, but everybody knows that the party starts at 10. So
You could
enough
have gone to the
time.
game,
Uh-huh.
go home, and
Go to
and
Jordan, go to the ¿cómo se llama the restaurant we went? La Perla or
I don't see.
and it was head back to the Crystal Ballroom.
Yeah.
You made it perfect time. Anyways, but it is what it is. But I'm for sure going forward, I think the fans will be there.
I'm looking forward to it.
Any hold on, what happened here?
No, I disconnect.
Okay. Any last words, Alex, in the basketball game here on Friday?
Vamos se desconectó Alex. Ya. Oh, no.
That's why you have to practice it for the, do your free throws and work on that as well. And also follow your shot. So go for the rebound, box out.
Yeah, and you're right though. It just come down to the small things. You know what I mean? So it's come down to you need a fundamental basketball, and and just because it's a big game, you just can't forget that. No, you gotta go sometimes to the basics.
Right. I mean, I'm not here to give advice, but I feel like we need to get just crispier passes, and on the defensive side, denying the ball needs to be improved. And box one of their best players, kind of deal.
Yeah.
So
So challenge everything.
yes.
Bottom line.
I mean, to me, we have a great bench as well, and we didn't have a lot of rotation against Jordanton. But I would like to see the other Florida's girl come out there and play offensively. You do have a great group. Both Luna girls, they have great mid-range shots, outside shots. Mackenzie Flores is coming out on fire. So this is looking like a good group.
Yeah.
Cervantes is looking good. So I'm looking forward to the lady having a good run. They
Yeah.
just can't put their heads down. They gotta get hungrier, and says you gotta put in the work and this Christmas break and push forward.
Yeah, you're right though. Okay, let's stay with the game here, but I'm gonna start a segment here. Kazakhstan Confidential. Now we talked about last time during week one of a podcast. We'll be bringing it back, popular.
Okay.
But it was real disappointing when we found out that the Kazakhstan was closed, Bobby.
Yes, at home and away, both, right?
Well, I guess I was talking this Friday's game.
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
close.
Jordan was closed, and because it's funny though, because when we were there at the volleyball game, we had this great sausage wrap, and we talking to one of the guys, and the guy said, "Oh man, you gotta wait for basketball season because that's where the brisket. We make the brisket and it's top notch." So I was
Anticipating.
anticipating that. And luego then, honestly, when I got there, kind of a little piece of me was disappointed, Bobby.
Yeah.
Because it está cerrado.
Yo ni sabía rap. Ya estaba acá buscando mesas.
No, ya está. That's the first thing the nose knows. And fui para allá y nada. So maybe they knew, maybe the Javelinas didn't call ahead. I'm talking about the Javelin fans.
Yeah.
They decided, no, nobody's going to show up. We're going to lock it down.
Yeah. Ellos también están todos en Christmas break.
Maybe so,
Those
though.
volunteers.
I don't know.
A lot of times those booster clubs are, they're. Está como los guys sports show. Necesitamos los volunteers, no hacemos nada.
That's true, though. So, and so that, I give it an F, Bobby.
Y
Triste, no excuse.
yo le doy un D minus.
D-minus.
Okay, I feel like Christmas.
Oh, see, the
Christmas
holiday.
Holiday has a lot.
Yo soy the Grinch ahorita. Yo soy como like,
Tú no tienes nada de spirit. Estás enojado.
como Scrooge. Yo tengo Scrooge and the Grinch together.
Together.
So I give it an F.
So ya traes green, Roberto.
Yeah. Yo,
I'm halfway there.
ya se me olvidó traerme la red shirt.
At the ball humbug. So anyway, so hopefully next time we go out and especially when the road games and Kazakhstan's open. But I know that during football, everything's open. Basketball, come on, man. Tiene un hueso.
Tiene un hueso. Yes,
Uh-huh.
sir.
Okay, so let's go to the third topic. And Mena, Bobby, you won, what was it, a fan poll player of the week. And this was at the Divine Tournament, I believe, right?
Well,
And this was at the tournament, right?
Right, this
No,
was at the tournament.
well, this was based on a term, but it was a Chicken Express Mr. Texas Basketball by
Okay.
Dave Campbell.
Uh-huh.
So congratulations
Congratulations.
for
Yes, congratulations.
for Tiefer, T-Man, Mena. I think they were going for the 28 points, 4 assists, 5 rebound game. That's what they're saying. Let me bring up the
Yes, bring up and we'll show here on the screen. Yeah, because it goes to show you that I know Adrian Zavala, it was a football. The fans showed up, and he won another fan poll, and also the fans showed up here, Creek City for Mena. It was great. Sorry, it was great for him to win it, and it well deserved though. There was
Yeah.
some tough competition.
this was
Let me
for
bring- let me-
week 5. Go
Let me
ahead,
bring
put
it
it
up
up
here.
there. Yeah,
There it is.
So
Check it out.
So player of the week there for Mr. Texas Basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
check it out.
hombre.
Check it out. Yeah.
And that's an old picture. Se mira bien joven el Tiefer.
Oh no, aquí poquito.
Se mira bien chiquito. Like it was for freshman year.
Se mira, no, huh? We're probably in the background there somewhere, right?
Yeah. So with that being said, congratulations, Mr. Christopher Mena. We're really proud of you. They have him there versus San Marcos. 28 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Um, he's making a name for himself. So this is a great group here of Mr. Javelina's basketball.
Yeah. So congratulations once again. Okay. So the next thing here, let's
And,
try.
and that
Go ahead.
and that and that's an honor to win MVP representing Crystal City.
Yes, exactly. So let's also transition now to the boys. Now, what was it last weekend, Bobby? They had the Divine tournament.
Yes.
I hadn't. Did you see some of the games? I did not see none of the
I
games.
see some of it because thankfully my wife was able to send me a link of the Divine. ¿Cómo se llama?
Let me bring it up here so we can see some of the teams that kind of defeated or
Yeah.
faced up though.
First, we played against Laredo Figueroa, and you can see there 74-77. It was a tight loss there, but that sprung us to the loser bracket or the silver bracket.
Right,
you know. So they played against Hardendale. Just a lot of great teams there. San Marcos, which was expected to blow us out there. Chris City was able to take the victory, 70-65, and then they played Holy Cross, and that was a heck of a game down to the wire, 73-71. And then the next day we came back and played San Marcos again, and again a great game. I don't remember if this because one of the games with San Marcos went to overtime.
Yeah,
I think it was the first one.
Yeah, I think it was the first one because one thing that on the schools that you covered, Bobby, all those you're talking about 6A schools,
Yes.
5E schools, top 5E schools, even Holy Cross.
Yeah.
I know they're a juggernaut in football, so they have great athletes there.
Yeah, and it was a heck of a game.
Oh yeah.
So they won 73-71, 52-51 for the championship, and so the boys won the championship there and that tournament. So kudos to them. And then this Thursday they had a game against the Wildcats, and they were able to take care of business, 77-63. And as you can see there, Friday will be our game against
Just
Dilly.
there you go. At home
So-
on the road, Bobby.
We're gonna be playing at home at 1:30 p.m. Friday, January the 2nd. Make sure to show up. We're looking forward for that.
Yeah, what a way to kind of kick off the weekend with a great basketball game on Friday, though. I honestly have not seen any of the boys the whole season. I've seen two games of the girls, and I'm eager to see the boys play.
No, no.
You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward for that. Let's start on the right foot. District play. Oh, yeah, bring it over here. Yeah, so it's great job there on the boys. Alex, did you see anything on the tournament there?
No, I didn't see I don't know about the tournament, but I was able to watch against the Dimmitt County, and like Bobby said, like you always ask Robert on that your legs and transition from football to basketball, and yes, you can tell that they're still trying to adjust on those legs because I mean it does running up and down, running up and down, it burns you.
Yeah, it's a total different what do you call it? Conditioning. It's not the same being
Yeah.
football condition and being basketball condition. And a lot of these kids did play football, so they were in the basketball, out there. So, but we have a great core of ballers. I think they're in good hands. You know, Tiefer and Russo being one of the two best players you're gonna see in South Texas
Yeah,
as far as
it's
offensive
it's a great-
athleticism.
It's a great 1-2 punch right there.
No, tan desgraciados. And then you have Jordan Ravasso, Dakota, and Isaiah Mata. They do all the dirty work. They able to get the rebounds, and all three of themselves can score as well. So it's a great group.
Yeah.
Let me also throw in Bobby J in there. I know
Yeah.
Bobby J. Is,
Bobby J comes in 6 man for the most part, and Bobby J just plays. I love his energy. He goes in there, relieves any of the players. He goes out there and does a great job. But he tells me he needs to get his legs under him still. So
no, you're right though. Makes you wonder. Let me
Yeah.
ask. Let me ask you two guys. Considering they had a nice couple tournaments under the belt, a couple games, Carrizo, so on and so forth. I think now that they're getting their stride, the holidays kind of comes in, right?
right.
I think that kind of maybe slows down conditioning wise, I guess.
I'm hoping that somehow a coach either tells them, "Hey, I need you to keep running. I need you to get focused," because I believe this is district play, right? Dilly's in our district.
Yes, district.
So
Right?
so first game is district. So we cannot take anybody lightly, and I think we should be a 30-point favorite against Dilly,
Mhm.
but we got to go out there and run, because we're gonna have to get ready. Poteet, Lido will be on the ninth. Lido, I think Lido is gonna be a good team as well.
I think so too. Lido, I know last year they have not bet all, but I know that remember it was a few years ago they had a deep run on the playoffs, real impressive. So they have the potential, especially they have that big I forgot his name from Lido, right?
Oh, that junior.
The junior, right?
Yeah.
Is a nice good player.
Yeah, he's a little Luca kind of guy.
Mhm.
He does not impress you with speed, but he has a great IQ. He has a great shot, and offensively, they run the offense through him. So,
Yeah.
so he does really well though.
Yeah,
and
and,
he finds ways to get open and take a shot. So he's good. He's a good showman as well. Like it's nice to go watch him play as well.
yeah, and also and every time you face, I don't know, Lido faces Crystal, they raise up their game. So that's gonna be a nice
And
physical
Lido,
game.
I think they lost their head coach. I've always liked Lido's coaching staff. I think the next guy up is doing a heck of a job as well. But I thought to myself, I thought the whole coaching staff was leaving, but it was only the head coach.
Yeah, Lidos has always given the Javelinas a good battle on basketball.
Yeah, well, they're well coached. I really love
Yeah.
their coaching. I sometimes I sit behind them and I hear the coach, and I'm always like, man, this is a heck of a coach there, because they do X's and O's, that they explain stuff, and I love watching them. And Chris City basketball boys, I think they're just a phenomenal team right now. Coach Battle is doing a heck of a job with them. I'm just sure that it's gonna be a great matchup.
I agree. I agree. Especially, I know that. Well, we'll start with Dilly. Dilly hasn't really been that competitive against the last few years.
Right, they're 3-12 right now.
Yeah, exactly. But even with maybe not the same par opponents with other opponents, I think you still have to play your best, work on your free throws.
Yeah,
Maybe try different things in a sense. Maybe different personnels. And the different positions. You know what I mean? You just never know.
To me, at the end of the day, you got to run transition basketball at 100%. If the defense gets back, we need to run our offense, and we need to do our offensive sets. What do you see? Can we go give and go? Do we double screen? Those are the things that I want to see improvements on. On the inbounds plays, I think they usually supposed to have at least 5 options per inbounds. I want to coach should be emphasizing, hey, option one, let's see what we do, because a lot of times is that you're not preparing for daily, we're preparing for a state run.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I talked about the Lady Javelinas. Jordanton, you cannot take them lightly. You know, Same thing for our boys. Our boys need to demonstrate we're here to run the damn ball on anybody, and we're here to score 90 points each game. I don't care who stands in front of us, and that's got to be the mentality.
Yeah,
from
and,
here on
and, and they're
forward.
capable of doing it.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
to me,
Oh yeah.
this group of boys are phenomenal, man. I'm really excited. I get vibes of last year. I think we're in a better place than last year already, as far as we're talking about their legs under them. I think last year I was having, I had my doubts. I'm like, gee, I thought these guys would be better by
right,
this time, but number they showed up and showed out.
Hombre.
Saying I don't.
No.
So it was awesome to watch. I think this senior group is more focused this year. So and rightfully so, right? So I'm excited, Robert.
No.
Yeah.
To Alex, what do you think about the boys going
Oh
forward?
no, I'm also excited for the new year coming up.
Yeah, and
I
and we are
go for
running. I was gonna say we are running low on funds already, guys. So I
Cash
believe
apps.
so
Yeah,
that
right here,
we
right
have the
there,
cash app right there.
Boom.
La cosa es that ya los expenses los llegaron. So we are gonna ask the
I said,
community.
on present for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Hey,
¿por qué no?
Animasen, we do this for you guys, and we're gonna, because we're expecting the girls to go to the playoff run, and the boys, and then todavía falta softball and baseball. I think we're gonna have a good run as well.
Yeah, the baseball
So,
team for sure.
so I know it. I don't like to be asking for money all the time, but así es la
Yeah.
vida. The other guy's sports show.
Yeah, but nosotros were so funded, supported, funded, and because we couldn't easily gone through the avenue of what was it called, that
NFHS or
NFHS
start
area,
charging and
start charging people. But you know
Yeah,
what?
and-
We're not that way.
yeah, and they asked us.
They asked us, huh?
They sent me the contract for us, and
Get out of my way.
when I said, "Will we be able to provide this for free for our community?" He said, "No, they'll have to pay." Y ahí se acabó.
Give me the contract.
Lo tiramos. Dije, no, para afuera.
Allá al pecho.
Yeah, dijimos, nosotros estamos aquí para la comunidad, gratis. So, the más que the part que we felt was, no, our community gonna give us all the money we need, Rob.
Well, you know what? It's a young season, and
Okay, ojalá,
we'll step
ojalá.
up. And I know that there's there you go. And
Ánimo, ánimo.
I know there's a couple of sponsors out there that haven't paid. I'm not gonna say who. You know who they are.
No, you know, I got in trouble last time. So, anyways, pero I am excited. Quiero que se haga, and I think our boys deserve to be, shown to our community, because I know a lot of people love it, Robert. Before the Carrizo game, we had a guy walked up to me and said that he really enjoyed what we do, for football, basketball. He says, "Man, you guys do a heck of a job." He's not from Crystal, but he was telling me that he's had friends that they're not from Crystal, but they follow Crystal.
I was at Unity, Bobby. I was at the doctor's appointment before I left on the load. Gallegos, Virgilio or something like that. They went out to the game in Columbus. Remember last year?
Yeah.
And you're Martinez, right? He goes, yeah. Tú estás con Bobby en el other sports show. Yes, sir. Dije, oh, y'all doing a great job porque ya no puedo mirar. Dije, well, that was technically the whole deal about, because Bobby used to do it at the radio station. Ya no se podía hacer, and that's how we end up doing all that. Pero, pues, I mean, that's what we do. Just bring it to the community para que la gente tenga que mirar, que oír. Hey, what's going on? Hey, that's my nephew, that's my grandson.
Yeah.
This to that, I mean, you can't make the game. You can watch it or you can hear it. Mm-hmm. That's the whole purpose about it. And all we ask is, $1 or $2, $5, Cash App, anything that you can contribute, that's helpful, because gas is not cheap, and you gotta put gas to make it over there.
Yeah. And it just helps at the end of the day. And kudos to Alex who brought let's do it, Bob attitude.
Oh no, yeah.
And it started with basketball. Remember, Alex?
Oh yeah, you were at
I was a school board member. Yeah,
yeah, you were a school member. You were in Corpus. You had some convention or something. You had something over there.
Yeah.
And that was that we played playoffs in Pleasanton against West Coastal.
That's right.
It was also.
I can't remember the name of the coach that had to use that cane to walk.
Right.
Real nice. He was very impressed with the Crystal City. What did he tell you, Bobby? Y'all travel big.
Yeah. No. It was a time where Jesse Martinez Jr. It was awesome.
That was our first live broadcast that we. The first game that we did. That was back in 15, 16, something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking too.
Hace mucho, pero me acuerdo todavía que Alex, let's do it, Bob.
Yeah.
F it, let's do it. And
Yeah.
I was in the phone ahí buscando apps y la fregada. Y dije, hay uno, let's do it. Vamos para adelante.
It's okay, Bobby. We do it or not? Let's do it. Let's do it.
No.
Se hizo.
Ya se dio como straight out of Compton. What up?
No. So, thank you guys. ¿Qué es the next topic, Rob?
Okay, well, next topic here, jumping of, okay, we're talking about the schedule. We're talking about Dilly and Lido's schedule. I guess the last one that I have here, what do you think? I really don't know. Normally in the past, for the kids to be conditioned, because, you're used to playing out twice a week, the weekends tournaments. Now, in a sense, they have a break. I mean, la comida, los tamales. So what do you think, what kind of advice, or maybe what do you think maybe the kids or athletes, they tend to do to keep kind of their legs fresh, I guess, for the next game?
Yeah, I mean, to me, the coach has to be able to emphasize conditioning, stay active, but of course enjoy the family.
Yeah, of course.
That's what life's all about. Enjoy your family, be around loved ones.
And enjoy the tamales too, no?
See,
Or
I would say
moderations.
moderations. Limit.
Hijos
No,
of-
pues,
I don't know moderations.
yeah, pues, both of us don't know. Right? That's why we're not star athletes. But our
Yeah.
collegiate career ended early.
He ended the junior high by me.
Hey, meanwhile, we have good stories about collegiate basketball.
Oh, yes. In due time, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Pero ya estamos para el championship. I'll just leave it there.
It's an injustice. So I'll leave it there.
What was I gonna say?
But no, but go back to kind of like,
But health wise, you gotta be healthy. You are what you put into your body.
it's true.
All
Treatment,
those-
right? Take advantage of the treatment, right?
Yes, you gotta keep recovering. At the end of the day, how important is this playoff run to you guys? And it will show up on your dedication on your conditioning. That's where I would leave it at.
Yeah, and it's true because really, technically, district started for the girls. The boys haven't even started yet. So there's a lot of basketball games, but in the blink of an eye, it'll be over.
Yeah, but now the girls and boys will be playing together, if I'm not mistaken, because the girls will be playing at 12 o'clock noon against Dilly as well on the second, and then the boys at 1:30. So
Oh, but that'll be after New Year's Day, right? Though Friday. So it's closed, right? There's no school on Friday.
yeah, pero va a ser mediodía. So go out there lunchtime.
I'm gonna see if I can have the day off. I'll be working.
I'm off.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
off.
I should be, but we'll talk about that when it gets a little closer.
Hmm.
And that is Friday the 2nd.
Yes, Friday the 2nd.
The second, so
And then the next Friday va a ser, we're playing at home against Lido, so we need the fans to show up.
Yeah, I'll be watching it on TV because on the 2nd I gotta go pick up the suit for my daughter's wedding on the 3rd.
oh yes,
Congratulations.
nice. That should be fun times.
One that I go big sharp dressed man, CC top.
Like penguin night.
Hey,
Hey, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. And also,
Mr. 305.
also let me also bring up that this past weekend, the end of the football season was finished, completed. There was what was it, like 8 championships
Yeah.
crowned it this past weekend.
Texas, that's what you get in Texas.
And championships. Hopefully, you had a chance to see some of the games. I did see them. Some were blowouts. Some were not too close games, but still, Yoakum, their state Division 3A. Hopefully,
Yep.
any people that saw, maybe some athletes saw, that's what it takes to win a champion.
Yeah.
To that level.
That was a heck of a team there.
Uh-huh.
Welcome.
Yeah, Yoakum.
Congratulations to Stetson Valley for defending their district title from last year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Back title.
Yeah, back to back. Exactly. Nobody thought they'd be able to do it the second time around, and they did it. So, it was fun all around. There's a lot of storylines. I know Refugio lost late, anyways, I know North Shore won, and no, it was great. It was great football all around. Hopefully, you had a chance to see it. As my understanding, it's still in replay, so you can catch it in Victory Plus. Download the free app, and then you can watch the replay. Whenever you want to.
I recommend it highly.
So they kind of closed the book of the season, and now for football, anyways, it's I know there've been a lot of talks on the enrollment size for next year, and the big
Redistricting, yeah.
redistricting. The big story is Carrizo will go down to 3A Division
Right.
1. So that's a big story.
Now that's back to our district.
Exactly, Divine's going down too.
It's a 90% chance that we're gonna be back to the same district.
I'm pretty sure it would be. It'll be an injustice if Crystal and Carrizo.
Don't-
They're
don't
not
play
in the
right.
same district.
Yeah, we want them.
Yeah, exactly. It was fun beating them in non-district. It's more fun beating them in district.
Right. I agree with that.
Right? What do you think,
Yeah.
Alex, about the Carrizo and district?
Well, I mean, it's gonna be basically we're going back to the same schedule because if Divine's going down, Honda's already there. Carrizo, Demet County went down, so basically, we're in the same district that we had before. There's nothing new. Now it's in our district.
Yeah, I just wonder how
It's not
many
like we
teams.
never played them before.
Right. I just want to know how many teams. I just hope we're not an 8-team district.
Yeah, let's hope not, though, because I would like to kind of have a couple of games
An
outside the
district,
district.
right? Yeah.
And
Yeah,
my guess will be a 6-team district. That'll be my guess. But I'm not sure what they're gonna decide.
Yeah.
I, to me, my worst fear is gonna have a team or two from the valley. That would really stink.
Yeah.
Traveling to the valley.
I hope not.
Me neither.
So, with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Okay, Rob.
Yeah, Alex. Any last words before we kind of end it here?
oh, Merry Christmas to everybody. Safe travel, and just be safe out there because this time of the year, it's a lot of accidents go on. Just be very careful on the road if you have to travel.
Yes. Good job. Yeah,
Yeah.
for reminding you that because sometimes, it's it's not what you do, it's the other people you have to be worried about sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Be cognizant of all your surroundings.
So it's fun. Hopefully you like this podcast a little bit better. But if not, we'll be here in a couple weeks anyways.
Yeah.
We'll try to do this maybe every 2 weeks.
Yeah, we gotta try to
Every
stick it
other week,
out.
maybe?
No. Hopefully, you guys like what we say.
Yeah,
If, not,
exactly.
if you don't like it, aquí tenemos otras sillas.
Yes, we got chairs here on my left here.
Tírasen.
This is the hot seat. Aquí is the cold seat over there.
Acá,
Acá.
tírasen.
Acá.
And Coach Battle, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Coach Flores, Tapia,
De
tírasen.
buenas que aman a José acá arriba.
Yeah, exactly. Or even any alumni, ex-Javelinas who play basketball or even football, and we don't, or baseball. We don't care.
Yeah, come on in and
And shout out to AB, doing better.
How's AB doing? I was.
And he's doing way better. So thank you, Jesus, for that.
Thank
So
you.
Oh yes,
keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing, carnal.
yes, baby. We're thinking about you and praying for you, baby.
Yeah.
And also anybody from Carrizo, if you want to come over here, hey, you're welcome.
Well,
Oh, no.
we need a background check on
Give me-
esa.
give me
Ese-
county.
ese- ese tiene que- ese tiene-
We
tengo que
gotta
te-
we gotta say it right. Give me county.
Oh, we need a filter. Ese es Robert. Necesita que pasar un background check.
Sí,
No nomás
no.
cualquiera de Carrizo puede venir.
Oh, no.
Oh, de Dime County.
Better not. I would say something, but I'm gonna leave it out there. But no, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Get raptured. ¿Cómo dicen?
Oh, Raptor.
Porque no te quiero aquí.
Oh, anyways, I'm not
No,
gonna
don't
say
say
it.
it,
Don't
don't
say
say
it.
it.
Don't say it. But anyways, we'll keep it there. But well, thank you for watching the Other Guys Sports Show. HawgNation podcast, week 2, basketball edition. I had fun. We had nothing to talk about. Yeah, we're 44 minutes in.
Ya sé.
It's crazy, man.
I thought it was going to be a 20-minute show.
No, it's not, man. It's fun. It was fun. From Alex Martinez,
Bobby Castillo.
Robert Martinez, tuning out. The Other Guys Sports Show, basketball edition. We'll see you next week.
Go Hogs.
Oh, Hogs.
HawgNation. I like the song.